Howdy folks, welcome back to Mine Mogul. We're going to do big things in this episode. I've basically deleted everything again. And I've been playing around with some setups for kind of the big final boss playthrough here. So I want all the ore to come in here, and then we're going to make ingots like I had planned, and then we'll do what we need to with the ingots over there. So I've been playing around, and this is kind of what I came up with initially. I've got a few pieces moving through just that I picked up off the ground. And I was doing a test run, so this stuff will all disappear. Get rid of this. This will be redone. I want it to mesh together a little better. But basically what I want to happen is everything will drop into here, and then I've got a bunch of sorter baskets set up. So on this side we've got coal. So coal will go down and it'll get fed basically in to make steel. And on this side we have gold ore. So the gold ore will get separated out. Everything else goes to the next stage. And then that's where we separate out the iron and the copper. So then we have all three of our ores. And then anything that's not coal or one of the three ores will go out and get polished. It should at that point just be diamonds and emeralds and the clusters. So we still need to sort out the clusters once we start sending those through. Or not the clusters, the geodes. So that's the plan. We're going to start building this out a little better. So the first thing I want to do is kind of consolidate this stuff. And I think what we'll do is coming into here, I'm going to have just the large walled conveyors. We can have those come in from each side. Like that. And then that will get dumped into there, and that's all fine. So let's put one more here, and then that will come up from that side. And then these need to all start dumping into here. Wonder if that's going to be enough. I think it probably will be. So this is all gold come from this side. So that can go into there. Wonder if this should just come on up. If we did that, is that going to be... No, that's kind of in the wrong spot, isn't it? Well, we can fix that. We did this instead. That can drop onto there. Then this can start coming up. Once it is one more, I wonder if that should be a walled conveyor. Oops. That should, yeah, that should drop into there. And then this can just come on over. And all three of these would dump into here. And that should be enough. I think enough room. Oh, these really ought to be staggered just so they don't interfere too much with each other as they're dropping in. So can we bring this out? Bring this out maybe one more? Two more? Drop into there? Yeah, I think that'll work. Now I need to run back in here. I don't remember. Did I have all the gold set up? I did not. I don't have this guy going. So let me get some of this stuff shuffled around so we can get that. So let's just move these up one. Then let's get these guys down here. So we're going to put these guys back on. So that's fine. That will come out. That will come out. That will come out. And then we have our big guy. That should still get crushed. It should come on through. Now this has a chance of the mystery geode. So that will get broken. That should be fine. As long as we're breaking the geodes, we should be fine. Because they'll just go through and get polished and sold. That will work out. Alright, let's go ahead and... Actually, I don't remember if I have the copper set up. Let's head over to where the copper is. And then the idea would be we just keep feeding more and more into here until we're kind of running at capacity from the various directions. I wanted to completely redo copper because I wanted to come out this side now. So we're going to redo that. So we're going to have our guy there, guy there. We're going to need our breaker set up again. Turn all that off. So that does have diamonds, that has emeralds, that has coal. So we will need to separate out the coal at some point before we get over and dump it into there. That is fine. And we'll need our cluster breaker here. I think we'll come around. We can come around here and then up, perhaps. And how far up do we need to be? That'll work. And they'll drop into there. Then these guys, can we just go up and over? Yeah, it's going to interfere with that. Wonder, can we do this? Have enough room? Maybe a little tight in here, isn't it? Alternatively, we could filter out and then send into a cluster breaker. We just have to wait for a geode to come through before we could filter. I wonder if that would be easier. Certainly make the belts more straightforward. Alright, let's work towards that. So these are just all coming out, basically. So you will come over here. That, and you guys will all just chug out through here. Or I could just sort on everything except the geodes, and then have the geodes fall down into the cluster breaker. And come back up onto the belt, maybe. There's lots of possibilities. Kind of do need to stay up high over here. Let's get you up there. We need our sorter conveyor, and we want you to go that direction. So if we sorted this out, we could sort out the copper and the coal. Would probably be easier than waiting for a geode to show up. Now, can we do a corner here? No. We'll do a corner here. They kind of work our way over. Go up one, and then can we go over? And then... yeah, we're kind of off by one, aren't we? Just like in programming. So we'll come over here. We go up, back over. This will come over here and drop into there. And we're now piling up a whole bunch of gold ore over there, I realize. So we need to turn that off. But that does appear to be working. Let's just go double check here. Yeah, we don't have any copper yet. Was the iron making its way into here? No, we didn't have any iron yet, just the gold. Alright, that appears to be working. So we'll turn that off and let it filter on through. Alright, that will dump the copper into there. Now we need to come over here. And then the mystery geodes are going to drop in from above. They will plop into... No, we need to come over... Well, that might actually work if we take that off. We could get chutes and stuff, make this a little more exact. We'll see if that works. Yeah, I don't know. This is kind of messy. I'm not sure I like that. Because we're going to have to sort again and send the copper back up. And since the regular ore will just go through that, kind of tempted to go ahead and sort through the geodes. We'll just have to wait till a geode comes through. So we'll have to sort twice here. We'll have to sort copper, and then we'll have to sort copper again. Because we want the clusters to fall through. I'm not sure I like that. So if we extend that one more. Well, this is... Yeah, this is going to be playing it by ear, like most of my episodes. Alright, let's get rid of this. Out to here. So if we let everything fall in here, can we actually do one of these guys? Wait, it's not falling quite so far. So everything would come in here. No, we need to sort out gems though, then, don't we? At some point we have to sort everything. I don't like it. Well, we could put a sorter basket back here. I need some lights back in here, don't I? My lanterns. Shed some light on the subject here. Kind of see what we're doing. Novel concept. There we go. Alright, get you back up, get you out of the way, get our sorter basket down here. So then we'd want diamonds and emeralds to get filtered out. Guess we might as well do that right before the drop though. We do that, put one of you in. Then we'd have these go down and join up with the other stuff that needs polished, and then the ore would go up. So we probably want that to go the opposite direction, don't we? Then can we bend around? Mount one. Start going down. Don't want that melding into that. We got that in the way. Well, there's just never a good way to do this. That's what makes it interesting. It's all in a cave. I think that might not be the best place to have the breaker. It's kind of convenient because it's already dropping down. Alright, let me come up with a clever solution and I'll be back. Yeah, so I was overthinking this a little bit, as I tend to do. All I really need to do is sort out the emeralds and the diamonds. And then we're breaking up. Everything else will pass through here. Even the coal. And we're just breaking up the clusters and the geodes. I think the diamonds get crushed. Diamonds and emeralds get crushed if they go through here. I need to test that theory. If they do, we'll sort them out, send them on their way this direction. So yeah, I was just kind of overthinking it a little bit. I need some diamonds and emeralds to test with, but that's what I've got right now. They'll just bypass the crusher if they need to. I can catch one coming through here. We'll see if it does that, but let's go ahead and turn those all off. We got a big old pile of ore sitting over here, in theory. Has the copper made it through yet? Oh, nope, it got stuck. Interesting. Okay, well, we can't do that because that's too close. Good to know. There we go. So if we do need to do that, we'll go... I don't have the pieces up here anymore. We'll just have to go directly off of a corner if we need to have the other side coming in here. Okay, so that's all the major stuff coming over here, in theory. Now we need to get this making ingots. Now we should have enough coal. Yeah, we have enough coal for steel. We're going to start getting some iron come through that was chugging through there. Oh, no, that was copper. Never mind. So there we go. We got lots of gold. We got lots of copper. Perfect. So I do have money. We could make more of these. Want 2 more of those, and then we have lots of capacity. I think we do. Alright, let's get that out of the way. Already got one of these, so we can go buy another one. So then this guy, we're not going to need coal coming in. We're just going to have ingots coming out. It's really hard to tell where we need to go here. I'm going to end up just selling all this rather than trying to sort it out again, I think. Well, I could set up a sorter basket, I guess, real quick. Get rid of those. So we need to go... up and over. So keeping with the compact theme, we could do something like this. And have that drop right in there. Come on, jump up there. Then we try to get this guy down there. And I'm stuck. Oh, I fell through the map. Nice. Well, I've never done that before. That was fun. Unstuck player. Oh, we just come back down the shaft. Interesting. Okay. So you can fall through the map. So that is good, but I probably want this over one more. No, that's going to interfere with that, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think that's where we want that. We can do this. We can twisty turn and go back up this way, and then over this way. No, we're going to be interfering with the gold. See, I like this nice compact setup I had here. So I wonder if I need to turn these guys. Get out of here. Turn them maybe so they're a little easier to access. Let's try that. If you go that way, you go that way. And then I think we'll go ahead and use the walled conveyors here. So let's get those back down. We have that coming out, and then we can go that, and then up. Just go the wrong direction. Maybe just out like that. And we still have plenty of room over here to build out our ingot stuff. I think that'll work. And then we need to do something similar to here. Have you come out and then maybe go around and then up. I don't think that'll block any ore. Then we need to come over. No matter which way I scroll the wheel, it's always the wrong direction. And we have another ingot set up here. Another smelter. I think that'll work. So let's go buy some stuff. We need machines. We need one more of the big guy casting furnace. And then I think we might need some casting molds, but we'll double check that. On the conveyor front, I want some more walled conveyors. Walled straight conveyor. Something like that. And then you're just going to sit right next to that guy. Neither one of these needs coal. Need to come over one more or so. Alright, let's get you back down. And if we wanted to be symmetric, we could do that, but I think we'll just go over. Yeah, scroll the right way once. Okay, then those are all pouring in there. Then we need the molds. I've already got the molds in here, so this is all set up to make steel. Or iron. I do need to set up a bypass if we don't want to make steel, so I need to remember to do that. We can just bypass and sell the coal. Okay, ingot molds, before I forget. I think I've got another set here. Yeah, we've got the gears as well, so let's grab these guys. You wish these would stack. But, oh, shoot. That was the wrong button. I'm such a derp. I got in a hurry, and I pushed the wrong button. There we go. Okay, you're set up. I need to get the other ingot molds. I need 3 more of those. So go to machines. 1, 2, 3. Do 7 click, 8 click, 9 click, not 0 click. There we go. And then these are making ingots. And I think we will do to the right. Then we have, I forget if this is copper or gold, but I think that's copper, and then this would be gold. I'm not gonna let me put that there unless I do this. There we go. Alright, then we have our ingots popping out, and we can do whatever we want with them. Across the board here. So this would be our steel coming through. Well, we could even leave this room here in case we want to do things. Okay, we need a coal bypass, which means we need, I don't think I have one of the, what are they called? Routing conveyor? What's the thingy called? Merging, splitter, conveyor blocker. No, that's not what I want. Straightening, splitter. Is it locked? The routing conveyor is locked. Is that research? Routing conveyor. There we go. 2 tickets. Done. So I want one of those. Routing conveyor. Thank you. And this will let us turn off coal. It'll either go into the smelter or it'll get routed and sold if we don't want steel. So how do we get out of here? That's the good question. So if I put the toggleable thing right here, that'll let it go through. If we want to sell it, it's a little tight. Maybe come back through here, but maybe just go up and over. I don't think we have enough room if we go like here and then up. Nope, it'll go right into that. What if we just went up and over and then we're going to hit our lamppost probably? We might miss the lamppost. We're going to hit the ledge though, for sure. Alright, well, we'll go back over and then possibly back through this hole over here. Right through that lamppost. Bonk. I fall down way into here. Let me out. There we go. And then we just come down through here. Try to come down through here, except I have to get far enough away I can click there. And at this point we will go over 2, 1. So technically it'd be going over 2. So the curve counts as 1. And then we're going to run into this lamp as well. Okay, we'll reposition those. And then this is just going to come all the way down through here and get sold. And this will be our... We need to just directly sell something else we can dump on here, I guess. So yeah, let's come down at the end. At least a little bit. They'll drop in there. I mean, it's ugly, but it should in theory work. There we go. We'll put a lamppost inside that. That's perfect. Let's put one back over here. Stick one there. I don't know why I had somebody too close together right there, but... Okay. This is kind of a mess, but I think it'll do what we want it to do. We have a bunch of stuff coming in. Question is it going to work? So we should be able to make ingots now. Let's get something set up to do something with the ingots. I'm just going to sell all this mess. Then I probably want to come through here with the wrench. Let's do that. We don't need quite that many supports. Just kind of thin those out a bit. Okay, now we got all this room for activities here. We can make things out of the ingots. So let's go open up our quests and see what do we need to make. You're all the way over here. Special treasure. We need polished gold gears. Oh. We only need 20 of them though. So let's actually reset. Let's get one of our... this was going to be the gold, so let's... eject mold 1. Let's pick that up. Let's go put our gear in that so we can make some gears. And number 8, click. And then this guy we can temporarily just bring off straight right into a polishing machine. And then it's ready to get sold. Easy peasy. We'll have a cell line down here somewhere. Could do... keep hitting T instead of R. This could be our cell line, possibly. Or better yet, to save space. Why don't I be smart about this? And our cell line is right here. Come on. Really wish you could just click and drag. That would be nice. You, get rid of you, and then that will just be our cell line. We can just come down here and anything gets plopped on there, gets sold. Alright, that will take care of the gears. And we need some pipes. Deposit polished steel pipe. That's quite the operation. So we might as well polish the ingots as they come out. So we do want to make steel. Let's get, there we go, number 7. So those will be polished ingots. And then we're going to want a rolling mill. Those in there, and then we're going to go right into a pipe roller. Is that going to give us enough room? At least one of those on the end to pop it into the conveyor. Yeah, I think then we can just come out of here and go get sold. We'll just run it over to that. We'll be fancy and go up and over. Dump into our little cell spot here. Then go down and get sold. That was too easy. I probably messed something up. We'll go ahead and do these guys. Just keep consistent with the machines. So steel gets polished, gets made into plates, gets welded into pipes. It's not going to be the fastest ever. We'll see if it can keep up when we kick this thing on. Alright, I'm going to drop a save. And let's turn on all the auto miners. And then we'll see what I messed up. Probably a lot. What a tangled weave we have again. See stuff chugging through. Oh, I didn't set up the other stuff, did I? Derp. Got ahead of myself. That's what I forgot. We'll get rid of you guys. I need these ingots to go do something. I got ahead of myself. Do we have anything else? We'd have a rod threader. Deposit iron threaded rod. Okay, that's going to interfere with the steel that we're doing. I don't have anything else. So this stuff just needs to sell. So we'll polish it and sell it. And I'm just going to go buy another polisher. That would be the easiest. So to getting all fancy, we need a polishing machine. They're super cheap. So we'll just polish these ingots for now and sell them until we need to do something else with them. Ta-da. Bring you across. Bring you in there. You get dumped there. And then I need the merging conveyor like that. There we go. Now we should be able to ready for stuff, I think. Until we discover the next thing that I forgot about. Alright, we're getting copper going in there. We're getting gold going in there. Excellent. Only problem with this setup is you can't really see the screens that well. It's a little too compact, but hey, we got our first pour of copper. Got that going for us. And we made a polished steel pipe. It's headed for the sell point. Alright, cool. And then we should hopefully get some quartz geodes eventually. I think that it says mystery geode. I think they just kind of, you get what you get. You don't throw a fit. That's what we used to tell our kids when they were little. Here we go. We got a polished gold gear heading off to get sold. Now we just need to dump more material in here. Basically. We make sure everything's running good. We have just enough coal. We could use a little more coal. I need to get some walkways, scaffolding put around so I can navigate this a little better. You're just putting out raw coal, so you're good. You should be bringing a little bit of coal over. But I would wager there's some more. Yeah, let's get some more coal going. But getting from that side over to here is going to be a little bit of a trick. I could tie into this, I think. Though I'm kind of wishing I had made this a walled conveyor. It may get quite full. But we could bring it over and dump it in. Just a massive conveyor going back over there. That should be doable. So let's start from over here. Or walled stuff back down here. I'm gonna need more. It's okay, we have the money. Walled straight conveyor, yes please. Let's get 10 more each of those. Alright, counters are going up. Things are happening. Oh, I forgot about the polish line. Whoops. We didn't do anything with this. We have a diamond hanging out down there. I totally forgot about that line. Oh no. That was a big oops. Alright, so what we want to do is just bring this up and over. And then plop it onto the a polishing cell line at some point. We could just bring this up. I may want a separate line, actually. Oops. But for now, we can go back down to this level. Then over, although that's going to mess this up, isn't it? Yeah, let's just make a separate line for now. Go back down, and I'm out of polishing machines, aren't I? Figures. Put your jackhammer away. Machines. Polishing machine. And I can't put that there because there's a rock there. Perfect. Put you there. There you go. You get polished, then you'll just come over here and get sold. That's ugly. I'll probably redo that at some point. And then we had a diamond under here somewhere. We'll grab you. You need to go up here and go get polished. Okay, things are happening. Now what we can do is temporarily get this, we could set these guys up so we have iron, we have some more coal here. You get headed over. Oh, that's going to dump right onto that. Yeah, we're going to have to redo that. For now, let's just get this coal and iron going. We can just route it over here up onto that other line. Come out here a ways. So, and then turn. Oops. Head up. But, yeah, we can just merge into there. One of our merging conveyors. I'm going to drop some product. Oh, maybe we didn't. Okay, that'll be a little more coal and iron coming in. We had any geodes come through? There's an emerald. Haven't seen geode pieces yet. Oh, never mind. There we go. We have a geode coming through. I don't know if that's quartz or what that is. But it will get polished and sold, and we'll find out if it's quartz. Okay, we have quite the operation going on here. How are we looking over here on this steel production? We have tons of coal. Alright, excellent. If anything, we've got too much coal. Okay, so we really didn't need more coal. Must have just been a lull when I happened to look at it. That's alright. Okay, we do need to redo this part though. So let's have you turn here. You'll continue your journey a different way. You'll come down. You'll turn. You'll turn again. And then you will turn and hook up with this guy. It's all coming together. Like that. Oh boy. Polished gold gear is almost done. Oh, those were quartz, so we got that done. Excellent. Steel pipe. Not going super fast, but we also don't want to overwhelm this. If we put too much steel through, we'd have to expand that. But we could push this a little further. We need a little more iron ore coming in. But I think we've tapped out everything pretty much on this side. That's at least somewhat close. This really needs to be walled probably at some point, but we could get a little more on this belt from over here. Whoa, wait. I forgot about this. We need to... No, that'll get sorted. Never mind. I keep forgetting this all gets sorted. It's a different way of thinking. Gotta reshape that. Now that was iron, and that was iron. So let's get these two going. Turn that off. Let's get that joined up with this belt. So we can have that come over, say, here, but up one. And it's going to have to wiggle around that, isn't it? get one of our handy dandy merging conveyors. Oops. There we go. I think somewhere we dropped a thing. There we go. So y'all have to let me know what you think of my tangled mess here. You come down one more? No, we're at the right height. All right, cool. So then you can come out. And you can go over. You can be a merging conveyor. You can turn there, and this lamp replaced. Stick you there. There we go. Turn you on and turn you on. And then if we still have enough coal coming in, then we're good. We had the rare geode pop up, so that's cool. I think the only other quest we have available right now is the threader. So once we get done with this steel pipe, we can switch to just doing iron and do the threaded rods. Alright, it is rolling. It's going to take a little while for that stuff to start working its way over here. We'll see then how we're doing on the steel production. Yeah, we're still pegged out on coal. So we should be able to add a bunch of steel or a bunch of iron and still be okay. My goodness gracious. Look at what we did. I like it. It's not pretty, but it works. This could definitely be optimized more. What I ought to do is, yeah, probably bring this down to factory level at some point, and then we would have basically a cell line kind of on each side going that direction we could dump onto. There's always room for iteration and improvement, much like in software. We're done with the golden gears though, or the copper gears, so we might as well turn this back to regular ingots. That up there, get you down there. We say step closer. Click on you, hit on you. We'll just make ingots instead. And then this whole travesty to mankind can go away. You can turn it into a corner eventually. That could be refined to have one polisher. Like I said, there's always room to change that. Here goes the diamond. Off to get polished. Okay, some of that iron ore should be making its way around. And I need to wrap this video up. It's already gone on pretty long. So yeah, we're still good on coal. We have a lot of iron coming in. Keep an eye on the fill levels on these. We're nowhere close to capacity on the copper and gold yet. We have a lot more mine to open up and feed into the beast. We'll just have to be mindful of overflowing these conveyors, because we're pretty close to that on this line for sure. This line needs to get replaced with walled conveyors, because we'll be bringing in even more. I like it though. It's a giant production. So I'm going to let this run, and next episode we'll do some more of the advanced quests, and then we can start opening up the mine. We've got a lot of stuff left to do over here once we get through the threaded rod. So we need to do iron threaded rod, and then we'll have copper threaded rod. And then even more threaded rods. It's going to be all about threaded rods. And I think we have to buy the rod threader. Did I buy one of those already? What would it look like? It would look like a machine. I don't think I have one of those yet. We need one of those for the next quest. Rod extruder, threading lathe. Whoa, $22,000. Wow. This machine is very slow, it says. Ooh, interesting. How slow are we talking? Well, we'll figure that out next episode. We may need to spend a lot of money to get those lines up and going. Did I already have one of those? I did. Well, now we have two. There we go. How big is this thing? Oh, it's pretty good size. Oh, so it has input and output on the same side. Interesting. All right, well, we'll get into that next episode. Figure out how to get that line. It says it's slow, so we'll see how that goes. With the amount of throughput we have right now, we got quite a few ingots coming through of all the various things. And we'll need to, oh boy, we'll need to redo this. Yeah, we're now overwhelming the pipe maker thingy. Okay, well, we'll redo some of that efficiency next episode, and we'll get into more of it. Thanks as always for hanging out, folks. More mayhem is on the way.